Hello, it's Alexandra Morton here on March 10th, 2013. I'm here for a brief update on what is going on with the salmon feedlot issue here in British Columbia. Foremost on my mind is the 500,000 Piscine Rio virus-infected Atlantic salmon smolts at Marine Harvest Dalrymple Hatchery. This is 40 kilometers north of Campbell River. Marine Harvest denies that the virus has any impact, that it causes disease. This counteracts directly a number of research papers out of Norway and the Columbia University in the United States, which identify the virus as being associated with heart wasting, muscle wasting, weakening fish to the point where sometimes they can't breathe. And there's a lot of concern that a fish infected with this will not be able to swim up a river. The Columbia University scientists say it spreads like wildfire. So apparently these fish have entered the ocean. They're out there in net pens now on the migration route of all the wild salmon that swim along eastern Vancouver Island. Fraser sockeye, East Coast Chinook salmon, coho, on and on. Marine Harvest says that DFO doesn't care. And I would really like to hear from you, DFO. Is this true? You don't care about this virus? It doesn't concern you? Because I don't know if you really want Marine Harvest putting words in your mouth. This is a letter that they wrote to a number of people. The other issue that I'd like to tell you about is a good one. Yesterday, March 9th, Mark Hume wrote an article, a really good article, in the Globe and Mail about Dr. Christy Miller, this brave scientist who is at the Pacific Biological Station in Nanaimo. She does genomic profiling, which is reading the immune system of fish. Incredibly powerful tool. I mean, really, it's the way forward. When we really get down to the business of trying to protect these wild salmon, that's the science we need. And apparently she's free to talk. She's free to do her work. She's signed an agreement with the Pacific Salmon Foundation, Dr. Brian Riddle. This is a great alliance, very powerful alliance. And Genome BC, which is involved in this genomic profiling and trying to get it out into the public sphere so that we can take advantage and benefit from this tremendous science. So check out the article, March 9th, Mark Hume, Globe and Mail. The film that we have produced, Salmon Confidential, is going viral. Over 13,000 people have now viewed it. It's online at salmonconfidential.ca. Check it out. There's a list of things you can do if this film concerns you, which brings me to my next topic, politics. We have an election coming on, a provincial election, probably in May, probably May 14th. And a lot of people say to me, Alex, don't get involved in politics. Don't talk about politicians, just nothing to do with it. Here's my response to that. I feel like we're in a bus and the driver is heading for the cliff. So you could buckle up your seatbelt and check your airbags and, be ready to go over the cliff with them. Or you could try to steer them away from danger onto a road that is more sustainable, one that we could actually survive. And so I think it's very important right now that everybody write to the political parties in British Columbia, particularly the Conservative, the Green, the NDP, the Liberal, and figure out what they are going to do about these viruses in the ocean. Are they going to actually stand up to this tough little industry? It's a little bit nasty, I've got to say. Are they going to stand up to them and say, look, you've had your opportunity in this coast, you're making a mess of it, get out of the water right now. And if you want to go into tanks, we can talk about it. But so far the industry doesn't seem to want to go into tanks. The Green Party has jumped out in the lead here. They have said that they are very concerned about these viruses and that they would look at clearing parts of the migration route of the wild salmon. I haven't heard from the NDP. I have been talking to them, asking them. I know many MLAs' hearts are in the right place, but I'm concerned that the NDP leadership is not allowing them to speak out because they're afraid of appearing bad for business. But the real business is the wild salmon economy. The real business is right behind me, and this is why I'm sitting on this bluff. This is Blackfish Sound, where the Pacific Ocean is pushing in. and Knights Inlet's pouring minerals into these waters. There's enormous upwellings. The temperature stays almost constant at 7 degrees Celsius. There's humpback whales here. There's herring. There's pollock. It's like when you look out there, you're looking at like 5 Serengeti plains stacked one on top of each other. You've got the bottom fish, you've got your deep water fish, your surface fish. This makes food. This makes life. 10,000 First Nations lived with no electricity, no supermarkets, right over there, because this place is so generous. And I think we really have to take stock right now in the world and look at the state of our planet. And when you have something functioning, and you have a fish like wild salmon, who are like a power cord. They collect the nutrients of the open ocean. They carry it home on a schedule. They defy gravity and take that up into the mountains. They feed the trees. You can actually see how big a salmon run is by how big the growth ring is on a tree. If we don't notice these essential power lines, if we don't protect systems like this that are still functioning, we are in deep, deep, deep trouble. The way forward is the wild salmon economy. You know, the number of jobs just in tourism alone far outstrip the salmon feedlot industry. It is sustainable. It is the flagship of British Columbia. Come to supernatural British Columbia. Then there's commercial fishing. Then there's First Nations who have title and rights to these fish, whose very bones are made of salmon. So that's it for today, and I hope you will go to salmonconfidential.ca, check it out, get involved, become a voice for wild salmon, because if we want wild salmon, it's up to us. We have become essential to the biology of these fish and to our own future. Bye for now.